Welcome back to 1876 Sports and Culture Podcast, a show focused on highlighting the illustrious Prairie View A&M University, the HBCU of Texas, by promoting SWAC and the HBCU experience, featuring your fellow PV Panthers, Roland Austin, J Cleezy, Big Mike Washington, three-time SWAC champ Gati Werema, former drum major HBCU band historian Shawnetta Haskell, and Al Williams, driving the show from the Hill. Please subscribe and follow us on social media at 1876 SCP. And don't forget, we do it for the culture.
Welcome to the 1876 Sports and Culture Podcast. Hey, man, I'm feeling good today. We had a good one yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Jackson.
We started off slow.
Jackson.
Man.
Hey, you know we like to make it interesting, bro.
Oh, yeah. It got a little, it was very dramatic. It was very dramatic.
They came out the gate a little slow when I saw UAPB, because first of all, it wasn't on ESPN, so we had to go to the UAPB site. And I clicked on the link, and it was like $10. I'm like, hold on, bro. So I found a local radio station in Pine. I listened to it on the radio, old school.
Man, it was $10. We linked up. A couple of us linked up and watched the show that the fellas put on for us, but it was a good game. I one day I'm gonna have to make it up to Pine Bluff and check it out in person.
Yeah, you
good.
Have no desire to be.
Yeah.
And you can take that trip on your own, buddy.
Yeah. I'm good with Pine Bluff.
The boys, but hey, man, we go. Pine Bluff is not the spot for me.
No, I'm good on Pine Bluff. But hey,
we got you everywhere else.
So, right. We got big news this week. We have a new president. We got a new president, Dr. Tamika Legrand.
Yes,
El Presidente.
All right.
El President, Madam President.
Madam President. So she is a undergrad out of Savannah 8, HBCU. Yep. She's got a master's in chemistry from North Carolina A&T, HBCU. She's got her doctorate degree from Texas Tech. But my understanding, she's worked at University of Houston downtown. So she's been in our neck of the woods before, but I'm looking forward to seeing what she brings in. She's a enrollment and student success specialist. So let's see what I think the Board of Regents is chasing that A&T throne for the biggest HBCU.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, we got a long way to go to get there, just from a internal structural component, in my opinion. We got it's some more pink slips need to be given out, and some more competent people need to be hired to make that happen. I'm sorry to be negative right off the bat, but hey, I'm happy that she is an HBCU alum. She should understand the culture. She's been on 2 HBCU campuses, so hey, we're gonna put our full weight behind her, hopefully as a PV alum, and help her to be successful as she's tutored by President Simmons.
We sure. Yep. One thing I will say, as we look at her ability to grow the university, she should have a lot of push behind them, and I think that kind of leads into that next segment, right? With affirmative action, she should have a lot of push to kind of help her get to said goal.
I think you're right, Roland. That's going to be a big tailwind, as you know. We've got the Supreme Court with this majority. Later this month, they're supposed to be deciding on an affirmative action case. And anybody that thinks this just stops with schools and admissions is going to start coming after DE&I programs in the corporate spaces as well. I did read an article this week where a lot of companies were gearing up for this of dismantling all of the DEI initiatives on the corporate space, and they may be feeling a little reprieve based on the results coming out of the midterm elections.
Yeah, The midterm elections, I guess, gave you a little bit of hope. But hey, man, the Supreme Court has the conservative majority. Affirmative action is out the window. And to me, how this impacts HBCUs, I feel that you will see a continuation of enrollment increase across the board for HBCUs because those African American students who did have a desire or were going to PWIs, hey, let's be real about it. A lot of these schools are only making the diversity numbers because they have to. If they no longer have to make those diversity numbers or meet those diversity quotas, they ain't gonna. And so kids who had desires to go to PWIs, even though they were highly qualified to do so, probably won't be let in at the numbers that they were previously once affirmative action is completely wiped away.
Yeah, I also think you got to take it a little bit step further, right? It's not just about going there because they won't let us in anywhere else, right? Especially we talk back to Dr. Legrand's pedigree. We got to realize that student success plays into that as well. So with everything that's going on from a social standpoint, our social culture is just a little, unraveling right now. These kids will find themselves in a place that they are actually comfortable, and that comfortable environment should help their overall success. So not just seeing a growth in the enrollment, but also seeing a growth in the matriculation of these kids that are coming to these HBCUs.
Yeah, and again, it's not because they're not qualified to get into these schools. We are seeing kids at Prairie View with ridiculously high GPAs, test scores, and qualifications across the board. It's crazy. Hell, I probably wouldn't have been able to get in PV right now. I'd have probably had to go straight to the military after high school. But I don't know. It's, to me, it is certain things help you when you don't realize they are going to help you. So with your boys, 45, I believe is his number, with his foolishness, when it came on the rise, we saw our HBCU enrollments jump. Again, I think this affirmative action raveling back is gonna further cause our culture to benefit. So things that we see as a detriment, I think are going to help impact us in a positive way across the culture. So I'm here for it.
Most definitely, as I am.
So also this week, we saw there was supposed to be a red wave coming in the midterms, and it seemed like it was more like the red wedding from Game of Thrones for Republicans. They were going down left and right, bro.
Just a little splash, a little splatter.
So for the first time in over a generation in a midterm election, a party that has control of the White House did not lose control of the Senate and the House. So, man, that was big. Now, what do they do with this is the question. If it was me, I'm expanding the Supreme Court. I'm filling every empty federal judge opening that there is. I'm going hard up till leading up to 24.
Yeah, Al. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, you ain't leading the Democratic Party. Because we know damn well that they soft as hell. They're going to play goody two shoes. Let's reach across the aisle. Biden ain't nothing but a half-ass fake Democrat. He's not gonna expand the court. They not gonna go hard. They're gonna keep playing this game with these Republicans, and they're not gonna take advantage of the situation. And that is so unfortunate. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm being Mr. Negative, but I'm just going off of past history, man.
I heard that, man. So another little thing that happened this week, we see basketball. Both men's and women are coming out the gate hot. I think in the first two games for the men, they're averaging 94 points a game.
We're playing basketball.
And it's not just PV. SWAC basketball been hot the last couple of days, all week, man. I'm excited to see the basketball season come into SWAC play. It's gonna be tight.
Yeah, we're not seeing those 40, 50 point deficits that we used to see.
No, man. We
It's some competitive basketball being
it's
played.
Gonna be, hey, we mess around and become a basketball league. So we had a couple upsets. Prairie View hasn't played one of the big Power Fives yet, but we will be playing Washington State this Tuesday at home. So hopefully that high offensive streak will continue all the way into Tuesday. We will be we'll have a size disadvantage, but hey, up to this point, they've been hot. Hopefully our shooters will enter that game hot, because we're gonna need those 3-point shooters to continue that hot streak. But basketball season is gonna be off the chain.
Hey, we need to get those students out there to make that dome a little noisy.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we're not starting off like last year, man. You remember last year we were like 0-20 or something before we had to start playing. I just think it took something out of the team to lose that many games back to back. It hit their confidence.
It definitely did. And so kudos to whoever changed up the schedule. But yeah, for us to start off the season with a bunch of W's, both the men and the women, it's also it presents a positive visual when someone pulls up their record and you see wins instead of a 0 double-digit number. It's just a it's just a visual that starts your season on a positive note. So hey, Tuesday night in the Baby Dome, let's get it. Washington State will be entering the building. Let's be hostile.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm there.
Also, we are entering a season where interest meeting season at PV on the yard. And if anybody who was on the yard is either Greek or had desires of going Greek, you know how trepid this season is, man.
How interesting the interest meetings can be.
Everybody's peeping who went to what meeting. You think you're being secretive, but somebody saw you go to that meeting now.
Mm-hmm. They saw you out there picking up trash on Saturday morning. Who was you out there with?
See? You have those who were invited. You have those who were not invited and are just showing up in hopes that they catch somebody's eye.
Don't forget those that went with their friend because they was going, girl, you didn't hear about it? No, they didn't tell me.
Yeah, man.
So have do's and don'ts changed over the years? I mean, we know what it was back in our day, right? But have those things evolved?
I think it's the same. It's the same. You got to be consistent. You better not show up at the Alpha interest meeting having just left the Omega interest meeting. Nah.
You're going to screw yourself out of both.
Yeah. So you need to choose wisely up front.
Yep.
And you got to just go with it. Otherwise, just wait till grad. Sorry, but not sorry.
And there used to be a time where, let's say, if you didn't make it on the Alpha line or the Q line or the Kappa line, you potentially maybe could go Sigma.
Not no more.
Not no more. They got to wait and list too.
Hey, and if your mom or dad is a member of that organization, don't have mama make a phone call. Trust me. Don't have daddy make no phone call. You got to get this one on your own.
Oh, you said my daddy can't call up here and tell them that my daddy was on the 483 line.
Yeah, good luck with that. You'll get that vote. Remember, you still got to pass a vote. So do not, I repeat, do not have your mama or your daddy make that phone call for you, because you're going to be outside looking in. It don't matter.
Hey, so for the people out there, Shanetta ain't on because she's listening, but she's at her daddy's 85th birthday celebration. She said, "Yeah, please don't
Happy
do
birthday,
that."
Pop.
She said, "Please don't have your mom and daddy call."
Mama,
she couldn't resist that one. I'm gonna assume it's been some deltas that made that mistake.
It did seem like it touched the nerve a little bit.
And hey, if there is a community service requirement, make sure you ain't putting down I went to the middle school with Bubba and them, or you don't go making up stuff. If it doesn't have a website, don't put it on your application because it's gonna get rejected.
It's gotta be proof of life to that activity.
You need proof of life.
One thing I am seeing now, even even my kids in middle school and high school now, they have a community service log that they make, and it gets signed off on. I'm like, really? Man,
hey, you better keep those certificates. Hey, when you do that community service, you better keep the certificates, take some pictures, put all that with your application or something. Because I'm telling you, your application will be rejected if you say, yeah, I served breakfast to the elders at my church last Sunday. Nah, boo, that ain't gonna cut it. Ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, that's 6 degrees of separation that came to like 1.5, Jack. Somebody know you and know that you weren't there.
Hey, here's the next thing. When somebody has to write your letter, make sure they're financial. Don't have somebody that's been on the yard for 8 years but ain't been financial since they crossed to write your letter.
I'll do you one better. Make sure they know you. Make sure they know you.
They ain't writing
Let's start there. No. Understand what I'm saying. Make sure they know you. Don't have somebody write a letter for you, and that letter is completely misrepresentative of who you are, and people over here with receipts of who you really are. That's not gonna go over well either.
Yeah, that's ugly. Golly.
Yeah,
well,
that's bad.
Last question on this topic. Do they or do they not? Should they or should they not bring their transcript with them to the interest meeting? Are they still doing that?
You don't need it at the interest meeting. The application and all that is pretty much online. So you don't need to bring that to the interest meeting, but just make sure you confirm what the GPA requirement is and you have it. If the GPA requirement is 3.0 and you got a 2.987, you do not meet the requirement.
So not only can we not recruit student athletes with under 3.0s, you can't pledge if you ain't got no 3.0.
Hey, you need a buffer because you know what happens afterwards sometimes.
You don't need that buffer,
you need
Jack.
that buffer.
That scholarship money will go out the window. Mama, I lost my scholarship.
Because I was pledging.
Right.
Good luck.
Not
so the 06, well. Mama like,
oh shit.
Go get your money from them 06.
Yeah, 06 turned into something that rhymed with that.
Good luck to everybody out there who's trying to be down.
Yeah, but know the rules. Do your homework. Make sure people know who you are. Don't let the first time somebody know you're interested is the day you show up at the interest meeting. You should have been going to all their stuff anyway. But for those of y'all in the cheap sheets, don't show up to the interest meeting for the first time and everybody looking at you like, who is that?
Who is that? And don't listen to somebody who ain't pledged.
There you go. Exactly. All right, let's take a quick break and let's break down this football game.
2nd and 5. First to the hole up the middle and breaks free. The 20, the 10. Touchdown Prairie View. And it is Tristan Wallace.
All right, welcome back. And so we had a heck of an offensive game after the first quarter yesterday. So let's break that down. What you see, Joe?
Man, 55-24. We spotted them 10 points. We just got to make things interesting. I don't know why. But when the Panthers woke up after that long trip to Pine Bluff, it was on and popping, bro.
What did they say?
Hey, man, that boy Trayvon Conley put them boys, got them for 5 TDs, man. He did the damn thing. So check this out.
Man, go ahead.
He only threw the ball 8 times. 5 of them was touchdowns.
What's that quarterback rating? When you got 70% of your passes. When you got 70% of your passes for touchdowns, what does that do for your quarterback rating?
Is that a stat? We need to check with Mike, find out that stat.
Excuse me, I got it wrong. He was 8 for 15. 8 of his completion out of 8 completions, 5 of them went for TDs. So
That's just
Hey,
crazy.
he made him count. He made him count, man. He threw for 193 yards. Kind of wish him ran 11 for 69 yards. Jalen Howard had 2 catches for 90 yards and a TD. The thing that got me, time of possession, baby. We had the ball for 47 minutes of the game.
That's control, buddy.
What?
Yes.
That's control.
47 minutes. So after we finished spotting them, those 10 points, we held their ball. We had total yards of 491, but 280 of those were on the ground. And a lot of our completions, we had 210 total passing yards, but there are a bunch of short completions. So just ball control. Just ball control. Keep the ball in your hands. It was a nice showing, man. It was a hell of a bounce back. I think last week was a wake-up call. I don't know why we need wake-up calls, but hey, whatever it takes, our boys did it.
They got in the game.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
So now all we gotta do is beat Valley. We talking about Valley we gotta beat. We talking about Valley.
Yeah. Hey,
but
we talking about Valley, but I they came to our house in the rain and beat us last year. We know we had a few players that were out for that game. It was a letdown. I don't anticipate that going down this year. To me, Traezon Conley is who he's becoming, who the people who have knew what he could do. He's becoming that guy.
Yeah.
It kind of, to be honest with you, it kind of disappoints me when I think about to last year. If he would have been given an opportunity to take the ball and grow into the role last year, what he would be now. Instead of going with a transfer guy who was only going to be there for one season, I sure wish we would have given the guy who was loyal to the program the opportunity to grow in the role last year. So this year, it would have been on and popping because we see him growing from week to week.
Yeah, that's true.
The throws that he didn't necessarily make early on, he's making those throws. He's putting the ball on the money to receivers. We just need the receivers to become more consistent in catching those balls, which they did do this game. So that was a big takeaway for me. The ball was on the money and the receivers were catching it. They were doing what they get paid to do. So fast forward to Valley next Saturday. I see us going down there and taking care of business offensively. Defensively, we gave up too many rushing yards, more than I'm sure if you ask the defensive coordinator, I'm sure he's not happy about the yards we continue to give up on the ground. And so that's one thing we got to tighten up on. We've got to get our front seven playing back to the way that death row defense played at the beginning of the season and tighten up that running game. If we can tighten up on those rushing yards allowed, I'm not afraid of Valley. And then we go into Jackson fully confident that we can get the job done.
I don't think anybody's afraid of Valley. It's really just, where we have this dominating showcase like we just saw at this game and like we saw at Lamar. I think that's what the Panther fans are looking to see at that game. We want to be competitive and make sure that we're able to do the same thing once we get to Jackson, because that's the stopper right there. We want to make sure make sure we pull out everything we got in that arsenal, because the run game is just not going to do it. We got to do a full out air assault too.
Well, but the run game is so important, that ball control is so important, because you keep Shadur off the field.
Yeah, that's true.
If you roll into Jackson with this run offense, the ball control, you run it down their throat, you keep your defense off the field. They're not tired. They're not worn down. And that's when you're in business. So kudos to the coaches, the coaching staff for putting together this game plan. Kudos to the team that executed the game plan the way they were supposed to, in the way they should, the way that we expect them to at Mississippi Valley this Saturday.
There we go. Let's go. All we got to do is beat. We talking about that.
Do is
all right. All right, I'm calling the audible here. We're gonna go to meet me at the Flagpoles next instead of band. We'll come back to band at the end since Shanetta's not here. So let's take a quick break and we'll be right back with Meet Me at the Flagpoles. All right, and joining us today, we have none other than Troy James from that death row defensive line. Hails out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, criminal justice major. What's going on, bro?
Not much. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I
Good,
see y'all
good.
got y'all stride after that first quarter yesterday, y'all. What was said that flipped the switch for y'all?
Nothing was like he always does. And we knew we had to turn it on. We couldn't play with him.
There it is. Yeah, because we came into this game looking at the last two games in our stretch with Pine Bluff and Valley, and then we looked at who's on our tail, which was Alcorn, looking at who they had left, and it was everybody just assumed, all right, we just got to take all we got to do is. So we were a little nervous after the first two possessions yesterday, but y'all turned it on, and we got this 55-24 dub over in the Bluff, so we good with that.
Yes, sir. Just the motto we going by that we started last week, saying we're playing playoff football. This was first round. This upcoming week, second round. So we just taking one game at a time.
I love it.
It is.
So tell us about the game plan going forward with not only Valley but Jackson State. And I know you don't want to look forward past this next playoff game, but defensively, what is the strategy? We all love that rotation. We all love that rotating that front four to help keep you guys fresh. What is the philosophy and thought process behind that rotation, and how has it helped the front four stay fresh or fresher than you were last year as this season has progressed?
It's just been a great rotation, having new guys come in, having that depth, keeping us be able to just play our games. Snaps cut down from last year, taking to 50 snaps to now we're just taking, we cut them down 25 snaps with each. We're splitting the snaps, and it's helping us win. It's helping us win games in the fourth quarter when we need that extra push. When you got that guy that can come in and help get the job done. Game plan wise, we just doing what we do best. We just going to get after everybody. We're playing death row football. That's what we said. That's what we said all year. Coach Bub always said from the start to finish from fall camp. We told everybody, we're fast, and that's no lie. That's no joke. We're very fast on defense. We're very fast on offense. We're fast everywhere. So we're just gonna play our game.
So you transferred in, I believe, from OU, if I'm correct. Tell us about the difference in the culture from there to when you made the move to Prairie View, and how has your Prairie View experience been?
Well, the move from Oklahoma, it was the culture. It was a good culture up there. Everybody was, it was a lot of support. Here is a lot of support here too, but not everybody supports the football team. All the time. They'll come and you see them leave. But when they see us down, but they still got that love for the team. My experience here at Prairie View, honestly, it's been a great experience. Like I can honestly say that I'm happy that I came here and I picked Prairie View to be my HBCU to attend. I could have went anywhere, but I chose here, and it's just everything's great here. Like the people, the fans, like it's crazy because you wouldn't think I'm walking, people know who I am, and you wouldn't think that because it's Prairie View, you really think nobody really pays attention to HBCU sports, swag football, but people do, and that's kind of awesome. So just to come here and just, help make a change in the program, trying to go make another championship run. So we went last year, so now we just trying to go finish it off this year.
Hey, you don't have to parse your words on this show. We all family, bro. We know the fan base don't show up and support the way they supposed to. Hey, you can tell the truth. We talk about our fan base all the time. They're getting better, but we still have some growth to make. So I went to a game a few years ago at OU, so I do understand the difference in the crowd participation. And so hopefully we'll continue to make strides to get to that point and give you guys the type of support that you deserve.
I think hearing it from the players help a lot. And that's one of the things we always try to, when we get you guys on the show, we definitely try to make sure that your voice is heard, because I think those fans need to realize that it makes a difference. You know, on either side, it makes a difference to still see and hear those fans cheering for you in the fourth quarter. But it also makes a difference when you see that mass exodus after the third quarter and you're down, or you know, the outcome is kind of, you know, dim, right? So either way, I think everybody needs to realize that presence is felt.
Right. Yes, sir.
From a scheme standpoint, defensively, I hear a lot of you'll hear a lot of fans question what the scheme, what the philosophy is on the scheme, particularly in situations like a 3rd and long. Can you talk to us about in situations where let's say it's 3rd and long, we know we need to get pressure on a quarterback. What's the decision-making process or the thought process philosophically about bringing pressure just from the front 4, maybe sending the D-line on stunts, sending pressure from either the linebackers on a blitz package or a blitz package for DB? Like, talk to us a little bit about the scheme and the thought process that your defensive coordinator employs.
Honestly, Coach Wilson has a lot of everything. He can throw anything at you. But basically, like 3rd and long, I know everybody kind of, because we give up a lot of 3rd and long. So I feel like, so I see. But mostly, honestly, I can just say, like, when we go back and watch the film, and we all know personally, when stuff happens, we know it's be our fault. Like, we know that we're messed up on something. So we really, it doesn't be the scheme, it'll just be we didn't open up the wrong way. We didn't run the game the right way, or the DBs, they probably didn't open up. They didn't open up the right way. They took a false step. It'll just be little small things that we know technique wise that we just gotta get better at, that we have gotten better at over the season. And we've gotten better with dealing with 3rd longs.
Yeah, I think that's I think for us to going into Jackson with a W, I think that is the one of the major areas that we need to focus on, is not allowing Shadur sit in that pocket all damn day, and be able to get some pressure with our front 4, with just the front 4. And that rotation I think will go a long way in keeping you guys fresh and being able to just bring pressure with just that front 4, which is something we historically we haven't been able to do until guys like yourself and Kevin Victorian came in with that size and that strength to be able to defend against those bigger offensive linemen. I guess talk to us about how you are able to continue that defensive pressure from last year's defensive team. That was one of the best we had seen in probably 10 years or so, to this year. You lost a couple guys on defense. We won't say the names, but you lost a couple guys. And I know you guys had the temperament that you wanted to come back and prove the guys that you had were going to get it done. What was your thought process from a defensive team standpoint of being as strong this season as you were last year?
Honestly, it was just, we all knew that we can get the job done. We all knew what we had coming back. We all know the guys. We all like a family. We all just came in with this Death Row. Last year when we built Death Row, it was built off love and trust and loyalty. So, man, just being able to come back, and we said to ourselves, we're gonna do this. Like, we're gonna run it back. That's what been the motto, run it back. So we just said that's what we're gonna do. And we knew it was gonna have to start on the defensive side of the ball, because most of us, that's where the experience is at, And from D-line, D-line, we just said we're gonna run the team. Like coming from when I came in, when I first came in, I told Coach Middleton, I said, Coach Middleton, I'm gonna help. I said, I got you. Anything you need me to do, I'm gonna help you with. I told him, I said, where I came from, OU, D-line, we said we was running the team. So when I got here, I said, Coach, D-line, we gonna run the team. We gonna take the team over. With anything we gotta do, we're gonna make sure we handle it. And just from now on, you know, the D-line, we make sure we stick together. Everybody, we eat together. Our groups eat together. It's just family and loyalty. It's love. Everybody, we playing for one another. We know we don't get another chance next year. So, because after this, we're done. So we just trying to go out on top.
I love that. Family, loyalty, and love.
There it is. All right, Troy. Well, man, we sure appreciate you joining us on the show. Good luck next week. All we got to do is be valid. Let's get them. Let's get them. Hey, we got our reservations for Jackson already. We ready to turn up. So let's go.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right.
Thank you for joining, bro.
Right. Appreciate you, bro. And we'll be right back, and we're going to talk a little bit of band. All right. We know Shanetta is at her dad's birthday party, so we're not going to harp on this too long, but let's talk about band, man. What you got, Roland?
You know, listen, let me put my disclosure out there. I am under no way qualified to discuss anything from a technical, musicianship, or any of that stuff. But I will say that when I listened and watched UAPB perform yesterday, it was a great representation of all things working together. It was, the band was, man, they were jamming, first of all. They was hitting you with all kind of old school tracks. Then as soon as they came off the field, the announcer was in sync, number one, with when their show, with all aspects of their show. And then as soon as they came off the field, the DJ hit them right back in and kept the tempo and the momentum of the spirit of the game going. I think that is all PV fans have been asking for, is to make sure that all of those elements jive together, they click together. The announcer should know what that routine looks like. He should know the song play up, you know. And I know we got TT on the mic, but hearing that announcer kind of reiterate some of the things that's happening right after the band is done playing, and then have the DJ ready and queued up with something that's going to just keep the crowd engaged. Dude, that's what folks are asking for when they say game day experience. That's the stuff that keeps people in the stands going into the third quarter. That's the stuff that say, no, I'll get those nachos later. Let's keep this. Let me stay in the stands right now, man, because it's just crunk out here, right? And I digress. I know, Shanetta, you're not here, but that's just what I saw from UAPB. And I don't know whether what our mission was, whether or not we was going to travel to these last two games or not, but I think it was a great showing from them. March of Storm, I know you got it in you, but it's just not on the Storm. The announcers and the DJ, they all have to be in sync.
You say all things work together for the good.
For those, boy, you about to take me.
See?
Those, I don't want
Cue the Baptist hymn.
Ooh,
Ro, you got to throw out
player when you need him.
You got to throw out a big word, a big musicianship word, right quick.
A big musicianship. Flight of the Bumblebee. That's I got, bro.
That is not what I was looking for.
What were you looking for? Where's the cue card?
One of them foreign words, falsetto or something like that.
Okay, falsetto. Hey man, what you want from me, man? I told you this is not my thing. I know what sounds good. I know what looks good. As best I got for you.
So I guess I don't think the band is going to travel to Valley next week. They get Thanksgiving off, and then you got to come back and make this road trip to Jackson. So to me, you've got 3 weeks to be ready for something hot at Jackson. And this year, I want them to face us when they play. Don't face them Jackson fans. They ain't there for you.
Hey, listen,
face us when you do the show.
Tell us what you're gonna play so we can sing along with you. Tell us what the chant. We know the chant to Swamp. We ready for that. If there's anything else y'all gonna do, let us know up front, and we want to be there with you. We want to be that.
We need a run-up show. We need a run-up show prior to leaving for Jackson so we can be ready.
Yes, man. We don't want to be sitting in the crowds. What is that? What is they? What is
right?
And play the whole game. I don't care if the officials tell you
just blow.
Stop.
We'll take that penalty.
Take the penalty.
We'll take that penalty.
And
hold on. If that fine goes over $10,000, I'm out.
Oh well, yeah. Yeah, we ain't paying no fine.
We can handle that, but you go over 10,000.
We ain't paying no fine.
Don't give me. Don't misquote me. I wasn't referring to no fines. I'm just
say, "Whoa, wait, fines."
I ain't
right.
Money either.
He said 5 yards. I do that all day.
Yeah, 5 yards I can handle.
Yeah. Hey, but no, we're not going to Valley. But they will be in Jackson, Mississippi. There's no doubt about that. The Muncie Stone will be there. So I can't wait. It's going to be a back-to-back. I don't know if Prairie View fans understand the times we are living in. We done went from having a losing record continuously to potentially being in back-to-back SWAC championship games.
Yes.
Like, do y'all understand?
We have gone from being everybody's
living in and what's going on right now. Like, this may never happen again within the next 10 years.
It's gonna happen again. We
I
are
hope
on
everybody's enjoying the moment.
We're in a trajectory.
Hey,
Joe.
you lose from time to time. It happens. But
yeah,
as long
we're
as
on,
we get to the
on that
championship, that's all that matters.
We're on the trajectory, man. Ride it out, bro. We went from being everybody's homecoming pick.
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand what that means?
Yeah, we used to go to everybody else's homecoming.
Yes.
Now they're like, no, we don't put PV on homecoming. We trying to win.
Hey, the last one to do it was Southern. Bet you
that was the last time. Ain't no more green beans.
No. We coming at you.
Man, see, the devil is busy today because this Wi-Fi on everybody's side is acting a fool, but that's all right. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back with these re-ready shout-outs. And if it's nobody but me and Roland, we're going to get this, PV down today.
We have nobody else to blame but ourselves.
That's it. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, we back. I had to join with my phone, Joe. You got your green screen showing behind you. We like, forget it, man. Let's just get it done. So Roland, who you got for the re-ready shout-outs?
Man, I gotta give a shout out. We thought we was gonna get a chance to get him on the show. Shanetta's dad is celebrating the big 8-5 today. So kudos to him. He's a PV grad, so it's definitely still in the wheelhouse of celebrating PV. We hope that this is a wonderful day for you, sir. And Shanetta, make sure you get him everything that he asked for. Because he ready.
All right. He ready. All right, Joe, you got a shout out?
I got a shout out to just the entire football team, just in general, for coming back and having a short-term memory, forgetting what happened last week and getting back on track. It takes mental focus. These cats is 18, 19, 20. So just understand that and how much pressure they got on their shoulders. So, hey, PVAMU football team, they was ready.
They ready.
All right, now it's just 3 of us. We have no excuse. If we can't get this right. All right, I'm going to start the metronome. PV.
You know.
We still a little delayed. We're going to chalk it up to the Wi-Fi. That's what we're going to do. Let's chalk it up to the Wi-Fi. And we out.
It's now the same way it do every week. Terrible.
We out. All right.